Hey there and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi Gaara from Naruto. I'm going to get started with the eyes. Let's start with the top edge of the left eye. Starting from the outside, we're going to come down towards the center with a curve. Now we're going to leave a space in the center here and do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to start on the inside this time and curve out towards the right. From here I'm going to take these 2 points and curve down and inwards to the bottom of the eye. It's right about there. Do the same thing on the right side, curving inwards. Now we're going to take these 2 points and connect them with a curve going down below. Do the same on the right side. From here I'm just going to trace out the outer edge on the inside, leaving an even gap all the way around. So I'm going to start on the left side here, curving down and in, leaving a gap. We're going to go back to the outside, trace downwards, and we'll trace the bottom edge all the way across. Now we're going to fill that all in with black. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting on the inside, we're just going to trace the outside, come down along the side, and then across the bottom. And again, we're going to fill that all in with black. Let's tuck the eyes in underneath the top edge of the eyelid. So it's basically a half circle along the top. So starting up here, curve down towards the bottom, leaving a gap in towards the inside. And we'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting on the inside, curving down, leaving that small gap, then curving back up. Let's add a couple frown lines on the inside here. So on the left side, I'm going to step up, just draw a short little curve going up. On the right, we'll go a little bit longer, down towards that point. Before I get into the rest of the face, I'm going to draw in the hair. So let's start just above the right eye, going up here. I'm going to start with a point. This is where the part starts. From this point, I want to come down with a curve towards the center of the face. From here, I'm going to curve back up. Now I'm going to do a couple layers going out this way. So I'm going to start about halfway down this curve, curving out towards the left eye. And I'm going to curve that back up. So we're tapering the line so it goes thicker as it goes upwards. We're going to layer another one over this way. So about just down here, we'll curve over towards the eye, and we'll curve that back up, going up there. Now we're going to work our way down the side of the head. So again, down about halfway down this curve, we're going to go around the eye and then down. We're going to curve this back up, again tapering up. Let's go back over to the right side and draw some hairs down this way. So from the top point, we're going to curve down towards the right eye. Now we're going to curve this back up. Again, getting wider as we go up. Do one along the side of the head. So again, halfway down this curve, go around the right eye, and then we'll curve this back up. Let's go back over to the left side and continue these spikes all along the top of the head over towards the right side. So starting back here, I'm going to come down from the tip, draw another spike coming down, and curve this back up, going up. Now I want to be mindful of the top of his head. I want to go up to about here. So I'm just sort of aiming these spikes curving upwards to the top here. So let's go back to the side. I'm curving the opposite direction, flaring outwards. I'm going to curve this back up, going up. We're going to do another curve going down this way. Starting from that point, we'll curve down. Now I'm going to come back in. So we're going a little bit narrower with the top of the head. We're not going to go too far out this way. Again, from this point, we're going to curve up and out. Now we're going to start at the top of the head. So we're going to curve inwards, working our way towards the top of the head. Now we're going to do another spike, but we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to flare this upwards. Now at the top of the head, I'm going to pull this in towards this part, curving inwards like that. Let's draw a couple little spikes up here. So from here, I'm going to curve up again. I'm going to pull this down towards the part. Now this is where the hair changes direction. We're going to start going this way now. So from this point, we're going to curve out towards the right, and then back down. Draw another spike. We're going to go out towards the right, and then we'll come back down. Now we're going to eventually make our way back to the side of the head here. So I'm going to draw another spike coming outwards, coming in. I want to draw a nice big spike coming down the side of the head. I'm going to pull that back up. Now we've got this little gap here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a curl going the opposite direction, going out. Now I'm going to tuck this in behind this line, going in. Let's go back to the center of the face and draw in the details here. So we're going to start in the center of the face coming down here. We're going to draw 2 angled lines coming in for the nostrils. Underneath the nose, we're going to draw a mouth. So we're just going to draw a curve from left to right, going across. Now just below the lip, we're going to come down with a curve like that. Let's go to the side of the head. Now we're going to draw on the side of the cheeks coming down towards the jaw first. So just on the side of the eye, on the left side, we'll curve down and in. About the same height as the mouth. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So curving down and in. From these 2 points, I want to come in towards the center point of the chin. So we're going to do a hard turn, inwards. I'm going to go back up on the right side, curving out. Let's layer in 2 ears on the side of the head. So this is going to sort of get tucked in behind these hair bangs. So starting up here, I'll curve around, and then down towards the side of the head. I want to draw a little curve on the inside for the inner ear detail. So up here, we're just going to curve across in behind that bang. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So lining up the top, curve out, and pull that into the side of the head. And then right here, we're going to draw a little curve for the inner ear detail. He's got some written kanji up here. It's a symbol for love. I'm not that great at writing kanji, so I'm just going to do my best to sort of capture this. So starting up here, I'm going to draw what looks like an angled line. On the end, it's got a little hook that comes down. On the end here, we're going to hook it in. And at the top, it looks like there's 3 little lines that come up. Along the top, there's a little swoosh that goes across like that. Down here, we'll draw a little dash, and then a hook coming across. And then along here, it looks like 2 little lines. Along the bottom here, we'll draw a straight line first, a hook on the end. On the end here, it looks like it comes across, and then from this point, it goes in the opposite direction. It's got a little bit of hair sticking out of the bottom here, so we're just going to draw a little spike. So underneath the earlobe, we'll go out, and then we'll pull that back in behind the jaw. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's work our way in towards the body. So just underneath the chin, on the other side, we're going to step down. I'm going to draw a curve. Coming down the left side, and then on the right. So the body's actually coming outwards this way. We're going to connect those 2 points with a curve for the waistline. We'll draw another curve just above it for the strap that goes across the body, from left to right. Now on the sides here, I'm going to draw 2 little squares on either side. So just at the top, we'll go out, come down, and then back in. We'll draw one down here. Out, down, and back in. We'll do the opposite on the right side. So just lining them up, making sure they're lined up, come across like that. Now in the middle, he's got this little buckle. So I'm going to line up the top line, draw a line across, draw 2 lines coming down the side, and then across the bottom. We'll do the same thing for the bottom here, lining up the top, coming down on the side, and then across the middle. Let's add in the little buckle in the center. So 2 lines side by side. And I'm just going to trace the square out on the inside with a smaller square. The same thing with the bottom. That. Let's add in the little vest here. So on the side here, I'm just going to draw a little short line coming up from that square. From the top, we're going to curve in underneath the chin. Like that. On the side, we're going to continue this little line in behind the little straps on the side. We'll let it poke out at the bottom a little bit there. On this side, it goes all the way underneath the chin. So we're just going to curve to the top of that square. Curve down the side, and then just a little bit coming down the bottom. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve along the bottom of the vest. Now in the center, in behind the straps, we're just going to draw a straight line coming down the middle. Let's work our way down the legs and the side of the cloak. So from the corner here, I'm going to curve down and out towards the left. On the right, we'll do the same. So curving down and out towards the right. And we're going to curve the bottoms of the cloak coming in to right about there. Do the same thing on the right side. Now I'm going to take these 2 points, curve back up towards the middle. Starting on the left, curve up in towards the middle, and we'll come down on the right side. That. I want to show that the bottom of the cloak sort of curled over this way. So I'm going to start with this bottom corner on the left. I'm going to curve up. From this point, I'm going to curve inwards, so tapers in towards the center like that. do the same thing over here. So from this corner, I'm just going to do a little hook. I'm going to curve this back up towards the inside, going up. Let's add a few little wrinkles. So underneath the strap here, we're just going to draw one curve going out towards the right, and then one going out towards the left. Let's add in the legs underneath the cloak. So in the center, just down here, I'm going to start with a little curve from left to right. We're going to draw the insides of the legs. So from this point here, we're going to step over towards the right and curve down towards the heel on the left. Let's do the same thing on the right side, curving down. Now for the bottom of the feet, I just want to draw a curve from left to right, from the toe towards the heel. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now the cloak's going to overlap the legs slightly here. So we're going to start with the left side here. We're going to curve this underneath the cloak. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Let's add a little sole to the sandals. So along the bottom, I'm just going to follow that curve from the toe to the heel. Do the same thing on the right side. Just above the heel, we're going to step up. I'm going to draw a curve going across. This is for the bottom edge of the pant. Now for the sandal, we just want to draw the open toe here. So just drawing a curve down. The same thing on the right side. And he's got some straps along the legs. So right here, we're going to draw a curve. And we'll do that twice. Do the same thing on the right side. I'm going to draw his arm stretched outwards with his hands sort of turned up. So we're going to start underneath the chin here. We're going to curve over towards the left. Out towards the left. Let's go over to the right side and do the same thing. So we're just balancing this out as we go. So curving out like that. Now we're going to draw on the hands. We're going to draw on the back of the palm first. So across this line, we're just going to draw a curve that sort of overlaps it like that. Let's draw on the first finger. So from here, we're going to go up, and then we'll just curve this back down. We draw the second finger sort of angled out this way. So we're just going to overlap it, going out, and then pulling that down. Now for the third finger, we're going to go out even further. Right here, we're going to go out. I'm going to pull this in, and then down towards the wrist. Now this line here, I just want to draw the cuff of the cloak. So it's going to come down further, and then swoop back up behind. So we're going to continue this curve going down, and then we'll pull that in towards the back of the hand. Now we can go ahead and extend that wrist line there. At the bottom of this curve, I'm going to pull this in behind the body, but it gets a little bit narrower, so the arm gets a little bit thinner as it comes up. In behind the fingers, I just want to show the thumb behind the fingers. So right up here, I'm just going to draw a little curve like that. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to start with the palm first, so a little curve like that. We'll draw on the pinky going up, and then we'll pull that down. We'll layer the second finger going outwards, and we'll pull that back. Now for the finger, index finger will go outwards. Now we're going to pull this in towards the wrist, right about there. Just in here, we're going to draw on the thumb. Now let's extend the cuff down. So this curve is going to continue down, and we'll pull that back up behind the hand, and we're going to extend that line again. Now from here, at the bottom of the curve, we're going to pull this up towards the body. So right here, we'll curve across. Let's add a little wrinkle in the sleeve here. So just down here, I'm just going to draw a little curve on either side, just a little hook like that. The final thing we're going to add is a large sandbag strapped to his back. So we're going to start in the back here. So just underneath the sleeve, we'll curve around to the left and in behind the body. Now this is going to continue up on the right side. So we want to imagine this curve going up and around behind that hand, and it'll continue behind the head up here. We're going to add some lines. So on the side here, we're going to curve down and across. We'll do a little overlap. Curve across this way. Draw one more curve down here. Add a couple more up here. So underneath the arm, we'll curve across to the outside of the sandbag. We could probably fit in the little cork detail up here. So we're going to draw a little half circle in behind the bag, in behind this little spike of hair. So we'll go up and just curve this back in. Up here, we want to draw in the cork. So I'm going to draw two angled lines going outwards. Connect those 2 points with a curve. And then just for a little bit of added detail, I'll add a few little dots in the cork. I'm going to tuck in a little line here for the seam of the cloak on the side. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Gaara from Naruto. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you subscribe and check out our Chibi playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.